Hello YouTubers, I will discuss in regards to trade rumours, players that are linked to an exit to the club. Before I start, it will be much appreciated if you can subscribe, comment and like. Every subscriber will be very much appreciated. Alright, let's start. The first team that we will start in alphabet order is the LA Crows. I'll be looking at the players linked for an exit from their current team. So we'll start with the Crows. The first player is Elliot Himmelberg. Last year, the Giants tried to make a play and acquire him during the trade period, but he had 1 year left of his contract. However, end of this season, Elliot Himmelberg is an unrestricted free agent and Giants signed him, at which the Crows cannot match. So if he wants to join the Giants, the Crows have no choice to match it, and he's linked to the Giants and is an unrestricted free agent. Second player is interesting, is Taylor Walker. He's out of contract end of this year. His goal kicking from last year was 74 goals. His production has decreased. He's had a number of injuries this year, including his back. Be interesting to see if he gets a 1 year contract extension. In the media, he's been talking about wanting to play on next year. This will be a club decision, or the club re-signs him for another year till end of 2025. I can't see him leaving the club. It's either he retires, but if it was the case, I could see a team in the Premiership window like a Collingwood or GWS Giants trying to acquire for his service for next year. But he's more than likely to be at the Crows next year. The third Crows player linked is Sam Berry. He has put contract talks on hold. He's an inside midfielder who's pretty rugged, and it's more about him seeking opportunities, finding a team that will find more options in the midfield. However, he did get a lot of more improvement in the CBA for the Crows against the Giants. I guess this is just watch this space and see what happens from now to the end of the season if he gets more time in the CBA for the Crows. And the last player linked exit for the Crows is former Collingwood player Mark Keane. Keane has 1 year left of his contract, and therefore if Collingwood do make a play for him, they will have to offer the Crows draft picks. Given that Collingwood don't own a first round draft pick, will the second round of draft pick be sufficient for the Crows, given that Keane is under contract and has settled well in the Crows 22 this year? The next team is the Brisbane Lions. They've done all their hard work and re-signed Luggage and Jared Berry. The only player that is linked for a possible departure is Devon Robertson. He's playing a lot of games in the AFL for the Lions, and he's contracted till year 2025. Watch this space, and is likely to be linked to West Coast to return back home to his state. So we'll see what happens at the end of the season. The next team is Carlton. Players linked for an exit are Callum Marchbank. He's been linked to the Kangaroos and he's out of contract. Given that he's not getting much game time, and the Kangaroos lost McKay last year as a free agent and picked up Pick. Kangaroos need some experienced assistance in defence, and Marchbank has been linked to North Melbourne. The next player linked for the exit is Jack Martin. He's out of contract come end of this season, and he's been linked to West Coast Eagles. Martin has had a number of injury, and Blues have recruited Fantasia, who's been getting significant game time this season, and the re-emergence of Williams up forward. So Martin may be on the move come end of the season. The next team is Collingwood, and so far there are no players linked for the exit for the Collingwood. There may be some players potentially seeking for more opportunities, but haven't heard anything in regards to the media. The next team is the Bombers, and there's one player linked is Nick Bryan. Given that Sam Draper is the number one ruckman and the Bombers recruited Goldstein, however, Goldstein may retire in this season. Clubs that are desperate for ruckman will be trying to acquire Nick Bryan's service, and he's been linked to the Crows as they've got only two ruckmans, Strawn and O'Brien, around the 28-29 age bracket. So watch your space for the Crows and Nick Bryan. The next team is Fremantle. There are no players linked for the exit of the Dockers. The next team is Geelong. The current player that may be linked for the exit is Brandon Parfitt. Start of the season, did put contracts talk on hold, but lately he's been playing the VFL, and one team that has been linked to him is the Adelaide Crows. The next team is Gold Coast Suns. The same rumour that you hear every year for the last 3 years is always Jack Lukosius. He's always been linked to the two South Australian sides. However, he does have a number of years left in his contract, so if both South Australian team want to prize him back home, they'll have to pay significantly in terms of draft picks to acquire service. However, Power have traded away a number of first rounders in the last few years, so this may not be applicable for the Power, so we'll watch this space. The next team is the GWS Giants. There's a number of players linked for an exit.
The first one is Harry Perryman. He's a free agent, restricted free agent, so he's been linked to Essendon, Hawthorn and the Power. Rumours are the Giants offered him a 5-year contract, but however, those 3 teams are very interested in him, and we'll see how it goes, given that it's this late in the season and he hasn't re-signed yet. Another player is his fellow teammate, Isaac Cumming, and he's linked to the 2 South Australian teams, Adelaide and Port Adelaide. The third player linked for next to the Giants is more for experience. Callum Ward, the former captain, club like the Kangaroos are seeking for experienced midfielders to assist with the young players of Churcher, Dersma, Wardlaw, and so on. Having an experienced player on Ward's leadership makes sense for the Kangaroos. The next team is Hawthorn. There are no link of players wanting to depart the Hawks. Good young team, they are on the up. There will be more incomings instead of outgoings for the Hawks. The next team is the Demons. This one is very interesting. Harrison Penny. Last year, allegedly, the Crows offered him a 5-year contract and 2 first-round draft picks, and the Demons knocked them back. It'll be interesting to see if the Crows make a move for Penny, given that Kidd has been doing well for the Crows, and they've got Butts and Murray come back from an ACL knee injury, and in the forward line, the Crows have got Ogley, Phil Form, and potentially come in this season, the father son Welsh. So I'm unsure if the Crows will make a play. However, Penny does have 1 year left on his contract before becoming a restricted free agent. Maybe the Crows will wait for another year and make a play for him come out of next season. This one is interesting. The next team is North Melbourne. There are a number of players. 2 is Zerha. Contract has been put up for him with Kangaroos. He hasn't re-signed. Definitely watch for Zerha. See what he does come out of the season. And the second player linked is Will Phillips. Taken top 5 in the draft a number of years ago. I believe it was a pick 3. I reckon it was 1 pick for Logan McDonald, who just was took the pick 4. Yeah, it was, because the Doggies got Uber Hagel pick 1 and the Crows Phil Thorpe at 2 and then Phillips at 3. If he does get enough game in the midfield, and in the last couple of games he'd be trialled as a tagger, but yeah, if he doesn't get enough game time, I can understand if he seeks a trade to a team that does give him more midfield time. Watch this space. Next team is Port Adelaide. This one is more out of left field, I've read in the media, and it may not come true. I don't expect this to happen, but player linked with an exit will be Travis Boak. I see more him retiring than going to another team. As in comparison to Callum Ward, the Kangaroos are seeking an experienced midfielder to help their young kids, and Boak is out of contract at this season. But I just can't see him moving or leaving Port, but he has been linked to North Melbourne as more the leadership role and help out the young Roos midfielders. Next team is Richmond. Plenty of outgoings linked to this team. Tigers rebuild can be accelerated if they trade in for many draft picks in this season. The number of players that are linked for the Tigers are: first one, Daniel Rioli. He has 3 years left of his contract, but there have been many rumours of him being linked with his former coach, Hardwick. It will cost a lot to acquire his service, given that he's got 3 years left of his contract, and you'll say minimum the Gold Coast will have to offer at least 2 first-round draft picks to acquire Rioli. Next player out of contract is Liam Baker. He's out of contract and is linked a move back home to Western Australia, mainly with Fremantle. And Fremantle do have 3 first-round draft picks. They do have the assets to acquire his service. Third player is Jack Graham. He's an unrestricted free agent, but he's been linked to West Coast Eagles. And the final player in Richmond, I can't see this happening, but you never know, it's Dusty. There have been rumours talking about him being linked to Gold Coast to his old coach Hardwick, and also he's out of contract. I just can't see him play for another team. This will be interesting. Personally, I see him more likely to retire than be traded to Gold Coast. The next team is St Kilda. They've got 1 player linked for an exit, is Josh Battle. He's a free agent, and his current team, St Kilda, have offered a 6-year contract, and also the Hawks have offered a 6-year contract to acquire his service. This will be interesting if he decides to stay or go, but there is a potential good free agent compensation. Currently, the Saints are located 4th on the table. If St Kilda gets band 1 compensation, that will be the preceding pick. So if they lose Battle to a long, massive 6-year contract and $5 and get the band 1 combo, that will be pick 4. So Saints can continue adding more high-end talent. So use it, keep their pick 4 and get 5 for Battle. Be interesting to see if Battle stays or goes to the Hawk. And next team is Sydney Swans. They've got no players linked exiting. They've done all the hard work this season and re-signed all the players that they needed to re-sign. Gordon, Hayward, Logan McDonald. However, there's one player to watch for. This is more for 2025. Chad Warner, a local West Australian, is out of contract end of 2025. And I can see both teams, Freo and West, making a play for him in the 2025 season. But just watch this space. The next team is the Western Bulldogs. The players linked for an exit is Bailey Smith. There were two teams after his service, as rumoured are Geelong or Hawthorn. He's out of contract this year, did his knee this year, and won't be playing this year. He's been linked to, either Geelong, Vasa, or the young developing Hawthorn, who are on a good run. So it'll be interesting to see if he stays at the Dogs or goes to one of those two Victorian teams. And secondly, English. He was rumoured for an exit, but it is allegedly that he will sign a new contract really soon. So that will help the Bulldogs have a rough and long term. The final team is the West Coast Eagles, and this is the same old rumour from Barras. A couple of years ago, he was linked to Sydney. However, this time, even though he's under contract, he's linked to Collingwood. It'd be interesting to see if Barras stays home in West Australia or moves interstate. But it's more than likely we'll see out his remaining contract with West Coast. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my show or my video, please subscribe and comment. All subscribers are much appreciated and makes me happy, as I know that people are watching my show and enjoyed my show. Have a good day and hope to hear from you again next time. Cheers.